What's up, everybody? We got another tier list for you today. This one's going to be a little bit different. This is going to be services, ranking services. So these would be like, I kind of wanted to talk about this stuff too, so you can kind of get people who don't know about this stuff a little bit more attention to it too, so you can start thinking maybe start this yourself or get into it, join a clan that does this type of stuff. But these are services, so it'd be like the RuneScape businesses where you would do things that are a little bit unorthodox to get people extra XP, camping for whatever, all the extra it's serving rich people essentially. This is mostly for rich people. So we have the first one up is Bone Runner. So these are people of the Gilded Altars. I will put this in a solid A tier. This pays pretty good. I don't remember off the top of my head, but they pay per bone. So like if you got faster, you got paid more, and it was good money. It was like the last time I did it, I believe it was around 1 mil per hour, and there's like no skills. You know what I'm saying? You just like run to the guy and to unnote your items, run back to the house, trade with somebody who's training prayer. They pay you, you run back, keep doing it over and over again. So then we have boosting. And I would say this is probably S tier when it comes to actual money making, but this is like an extremely difficult system to get into because you have to become good at raids. You have to get like really a lot of high level accounts. You have to like learn all of the different things that you can boost for people. But what's like Fool's Boosting, for instance, is like the biggest boosting server in the game. And they make a buttload of cash, bro. I was just watching. If you don't believe me, go look up Unethical Iron Man by Tasty Life. He's doing a whole series and uses them quite often, and they have some crazy ridiculous services that they can get you like 1 mil ranged XP per hour, pretty close to that, but it costs like 95 million per raid, for instance. But it's like crazy, you know what I mean? That's where time's saved. So I just want to quickly, you know what I mean? It sounds kind of stupid, you know, to spend 95 mil to get like 500,000 or a million XP per hour on like normal Chinchampas. But like when you're saving that much time to get something done, to get towards an objective, it can be worth your time. Just want to say that. So then the next one we got is bulkers. And bulkers, actually, it's tough because they're both kind of hard to get into. I do believe it is an S tier one because like once you have once your bank is big, like how much money you make flipping is pretty much determined about how much money you have to invest. It's a large indicator. So the more money you get, the more money you'll make flipping. Bulkers, they utilize this a lot. They'll go around, and I'm a supplier. I'm not a bulker myself. I call what I do supplying, where I have 700 accounts and I go buy stuff and then I'll go find bulkers. Right now I'm all close cycle on the GE, but when I was trading with all bulks, it was to supply bulkers. Bulkers will slap a premium on their stock. They'll sell like you can't see this, but it's like green stacks of all the alley runes, 1 mil stacks of all the other runes. And then they'll put premiums on them and find collectors who will pay a premium because those people are super rich and they make a lot of money. But it's tough because I feel like it's probably not as hard to become a bulker than it is to get into like a serious boosting situation where you're like making a lot of money like Fool's Boosting, because like bulking is just getting money. Fool's Boosting is like creating accounts, learning game mechanics and stuff like that. I just feel like maybe I'm just because I'm ignorant of how their whole world works. It's just kind of I don't know. I think I just want to give it to bulking because you can just like it scales higher than boosting. I mean, I guess with Fool's Boosting you can market more, get more customers, and like increase your market cap by having more customers and stuff like that, and offering more services for cheaper prices, and you can scale like that. And just like that's why this is like the business tier list. These are businesses you want to get into as a RuneScape player too, if you're looking to make money, which I feel you should be, because the more money you earn, the more freedom you have in RuneScape to do things and have fun. So have fun grinding stuff, like doing raids and stuff, like getting high end content gear. When new gear comes out, the new power creep comes out, you can actually afford it. It just increases like it increases your ability to have fun, and it makes you more responsible. It'll make you better in real life and stuff like that. So then we have dancing. Dancing, I think, is probably none of these are gonna be. I feel like none of these are booty. But dancing, I feel like would be A tier because like it's easy. You just go to Monkey Madness Caves 2, you dance, and then people pay you. And then you stack the monkeys up for the other people. It's just easy peasy. It's really, really good money. So then there's delivering items. This is B tier, but like you can get started today. You could even make this your own business. You could just like get your own like clientele and then be like, yo man, if you ever need an item, 100K, I'll run it to you no matter where you're at. And then you could like, you know, you could, that sounds like it sucks when you got one person, but if you're like trying to serve 100 people that all need things, like they're somewhere doing a quest and they forgot an item, stuff like that, you know, 100 people asking you for 100K, that's like 10 mil, you know what I mean, that day, you know what I'm saying? So like it can help a lot. There's one thing I forgot that it is not on this list that I just thought of right now, is that services for deadman mode I feel like would be a solid B tier too. So like when deadman mode Armageddon came out, or different deadman modes or something like that, the people will pay you a lot of money for, maybe this could be under swapping, but no, not swapping, it's not the same thing. So you like, one guy paid me for quest items, I think, to get all the quest items for Desert Treasure. He paid me 20 mil. So that's what I did. I went on deadman mode Armageddon, or I don't remember which one it was, I'm sorry, not Armageddon, one of the deadman mode tournaments, the seasonal ones, and I just went, got all the quest requirements for Desert Treasure and like some other quests for him and stuff, because he was paying me a lot of money to do that. And most of them were, people were like rushing to the GE to put those items on there so that they could flip and then swap the gold out. But I already had a customer, so I was just like using a little bit of Moneymakers to buy them off the GE and then give them like whatever. It was like a decent, so it was a decent Moneymaker. So it's going to be B tier just because it's seasonal. Gosh darn it. So then we're going to get on to high risk PKing. This, unless you're auto block, this is gonna be booty. Not D booty, but like C booty, because I'm pretty sure you can set up some fights with people to like make it so it's just a game of chance, but that just makes it kind of booty. I think like auto block can do it because he has such a high skill level, more than most people, that it's like profitable for him to win, like to make those gambles, because he can guarantee the outcome, just kind of like how I am going to be better at gambling for flipping than people who have never done it before, because I've done it so much. So yeah, I just think it's just like inherently, I guess, when you can kind of do better at it, but like at the end of the day, like PK is RNG, so it's like really annoying. It just makes my brain, I have this instinct to say it sucks, because it's just, I don't want to leave anything in the chance. I want to try to control as much of it as possible. And you can do that with PKing and stuff like that and have skills over other people, but if somebody has equal skill, it's straight up gambling. So then we have raid scouting. From what I've been told, you can make like 2 to 5 mil per raid scout. So like this is still a really good money. And actually Bone Runners will slide down into B. Dancing, I feel like would be better than bone running. Yep. So then we'll put raid scout here. This looks a lot better. Raid scouting, if it is 2 to 5 mil and you find good raids and you can learn to do that in a quick video, this would be a good one for people to learn. I think that'd be a good one. So we have essence runners. I was just talking about this in my last tier list, and I kind of think that this is like high key A tier now, because like you could have like 20 accounts on 2 different worlds running essence for other people, and depending, like I saw that like some dude was buying essence runners for 2.5 to 3 mil per hour, and if you stack that and you did that times 10 or 20, if you do that, that's crazy money, bro. So then we're gonna get to gold swapping, and this one's gonna be another S tier one, I believe, because it seems to be a little bit harder to like get started. But once it gets going, it's essentially free money. You're just waiting for customers to come to you to swap gold from RuneScape 3 to old school RuneScape, or old school RuneScape to deadman mode, or I don't know if World 45 is, I think you can swap to World 45. I think they banned it for tournaments though. Or wait, I don't even know if that was that the case? I don't even know. The last tournament I participated in, swapping was okay. It was A-okay, so I don't know what the rules are there anymore, but it doesn't stop main swapping, which is just between 3 and old school. So there's people on old school who are swapping to RuneScape 3. I did this a few times myself, and you just take a premium. And this is an S tier, but like a D tier when it comes to getting set up, because you have to establish yourself as a trustworthy source. You essentially have to become a really, really trustworthy person, like Oak Dice did. And his group did well for swapping, and I'm sure they're still making loads of trades, and I know people who do it. Then there's item lending. And this one I wanted to put on here because, so this is going to be item lending and gold lending, because I want I've been trying to think about this as a business to like, I feel like this is one that's like not done very much because it's like all trust. But if you're trustworthy, it's easier to be trustworthy for swapping because you just be a person that's trustworthy and does not screw people over, and then that will get you sales, and then you'll make profit off your trust here. But for loans, you have like, it's a little bit more difficult because if you want to loan somebody GP and they want to default on the loan, you're just fucked. So, but like if you could find some like group of people who are like nice and trustworthy, and you can loan them like a T-bow and like just loan it for $1 mil a day or whatever it would be, $2 mil a day, $5 mil a day, you know, maybe that's not even so much, like to, because somebody's, I don't know, who knows what the market would be doing for that, but like that would be potentially a very, very lucrative business model. It's just like extremely difficult to, how would that work? Like how, because like, they could just default on you and scam you, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a two-way trust street, not just a one-way trust street with gold swapping, which is why I'm I think scouting raids, and then I think that's better. I think scouting raids is probably a little bit easier to get into than gold swapping, which makes it a lot better. And gold swapping can potentially make more money than the rest of that. But, you know, a lot of how I place things is ease ability to get into it. Or if it's something like so overpowered, like boosting and how much money you can make boosting. Because there's all sorts of boosting. There's pet boosting, corp boosting, for kill count, Iron Man boosting. There's like raid carries, all that other type of shit. Like there's so many different ways to boost. And so many different things to boost on that it's just such a huge market, and people are paying so much money for it. So that's just one thing. Plus, it's also super hard to get into, but it's super hard and super lucrative to get into. So it makes it just an obvious S tier. And then bulking is more than that, because bulking continues to scale up forever. The more GP you get, the more whatever. But anyway, back to the loaning thing. It's just, I kind of want to try that business. I want to make this a business. That would be an awesome business to have, is just like lending gold to people or lending items. I think that'd be really cool and really fun, but I just don't know how it works. So kind of an odd one, you know. I'm just trying to make like tier lists that are kind of like out there a little bit. So I hope you guys like. Check out the links down below. $49 for my pre-sale. Learn how to build a free-to-play flipping farm, how to build the system, save you loads of time so you can make 200 to 400 mil a week and beyond. You could take where I'm at beyond, or where I am right now. I can take where I'm at right now and make billions a week probably doing what I'm doing. Loads of information are going to be in that. Definitely going to be worth it. 30-day money-back guarantee. Gumroad offers a 90-day money-back guarantee saying you got to trust me. Please subscribe. Have a nice day. Catch you later.